So, next topic is a contentious one, ever so slightly, and it's Joker 2, Joker Folie à Deux. I'm really looking forward to this. I like Todd Phillips. I think he's proven himself well enough. I think the elements that people don't like about this, they don't like Lady Gaga. They don't like the fact that it's potentially a musical. I think it works in the context of madness, personally. But we've got some new information, maybe spoilers, but we don't know. But basically, it's looking like they're going to change Harley Quinn's origin. She's not going to be a doctor. She's going to be an inmate,
That makes sense.
fellow inmate, which I think makes more sense when you're looking at the title, Joker, Folie à
Yeah,
Deux, Madness for Two.
exactly.
I mean, it literally, but loads of people don't like it. But that's the new rumor that she's going to be an inmate and a fellow inmate at Arkham Asylum. What do we think about it? Just there's no point showing an article because it's literally just saying what I've just said. What do we think about that? Because from my side of things, I think it. Look, I'm not a fan of musicals, but music and musical numbers played a huge role in the first one. Huge role. The bathroom scene, the stairs. Music was massive in the first Joker, and I think because it was included in such a creative way, I think people haven't quite clocked it. They don't remember it, but it is the music of Joker was a character in and unto itself. So I don't. I'm not a fan of musicals, but I don't. I'm not hating the idea of a musical element being in the second one as a result of how well it was included in the first. And like I say, with the element of Harlequin being, another inmate, Folie à Deux, Madness for Two, I think it really works. You can have this sort of phasing in and out of reality from one person's perspective and not the other, musical numbers taking a role in that. I think it opens itself up to a world of creative freedom. The floor is yours. What do you think?
Polly, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Lady Gaga fan, and I think I really liked her in Stars Born. So I'm kind of comparing that because she had to sing and act. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this for a lot of reasons. I was a fan of the first Joker movie with him, and I mean, as far as the background, changing it, yeah, it's cool. It seems to make
Mm,
sense. It seems definitely to make sense where maybe as a doctor there could be you kind of play up the power dynamics. So the relationship dynamics where how they meet is completely different. So that's interesting. That's really it. That's really it. That's really all I got.
I 100% believe this rumor, and I
mm,
don't mind it in the slightest. And here's why. I'm going to take a slightly different angle to it. I see why people are upset by it, because the Joker has always been a great manipulator. That's a
mm,
big part of the appeal of the character and what makes him so dangerous. Case in
mm.
point, Harley Quinn. This was someone who was a psychologist or a psychiatrist or what have you, and the Joker, he has the history of like driving them nuts or something like that. That's certainly what he did with Harley Quinn. She was there to
Yeah.
treat him, and he was able to manipulate her into doing his bidding and becoming his girlfriend and what have you. Because the Joker of the comics, is a master manipulator. He's a genius. He's criminally insane, but he's a genius. That's why he's
Yeah.
dangerous. Now look at the Joker portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix. This is a great movie. I love it.
Mm.
This Joker is not a genius. This Joker is not a manipulator. This Joker is just plain nuts. There ain't no way in hell that this guy is devious and clever and smart and manipulative enough that he'll be able to turn around a trained psychologist. That simply
Yeah. Yeah.
ain't happening. What's he gonna do? Appeal to her sense of we're in a society, so join me and laugh at all the madness. It ain't happening. I mean, and just even pretending that that guy who we've now seen and we know that he's nuts and he's not bright in the slightest, that he's going to be capable of actually manipulating someone. No, 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 no. In order for the movie to work, she has to be nuts already. She has to be someone who is already so far gone that he can bring her over to her point of view. That'll never happen with a trained psychologist, but it'll be happen with someone who is already so nuts that she's locked up with him. And I think that again, this is like an Elseworlds thing. This isn't.
Yeah.
This isn't the same Joker that's given the Batman that we've seen, any Batman that we've seen, any kind of help. Because let's face it, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, if he went up against the adult Batman, he wouldn't last for 2 seconds. He wouldn't be able to think out any kind of schemes or anything like that. So this is a completely separate thing. And for this thing, in order to give him a Harley Quinn, she has to be an inmate because nothing else is gonna work. And a musical aspect, I was put up at first, but then I realized, oh, we're gonna see things from her point of view. And that could be her particular madness. She sees everything as a musical. I want to see him.
Yeah.
They could even do like a fun juxtaposition to see how to show us how she will go along with him. Because imagine that we have like scenes from his point of view or from our point of view, where we see drab reality, and then we see it from her point of view, where he comes in as color and brings some magic to an otherwise colorless world, and that's why she follows him. See, that's something you can express through a musical.
Yeah, you're right. I think to add to your point as well is that this Joker has only done one thing. He went on a talk show and shot someone in the face. That's literally it. That's all he's done. So, you know, it just adds to the element of how and why would a psychologist fall in love with this guy? Like, there's no amount of manipulation that he's exhibited or shown. There's a certain element of charisma, but not that much. He went on live TV and made a statement by shooting someone in the face. That was basically it. That's literally all he's done.
I also want to say, like, all those people that lifted him up as an icon, that was all his mask and his image and him shooting everyone, that kind of thing. They all attributed like a greater meaning to his actions than what he actually intended. If they told him, speak, 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 and
they'd be like,
speech right up there on the hood, they'd be away from him 5 minutes later.
Yeah, massively. Yeah, they'd reject him instantly.
Exactly.
So I quite like this idea, and I think from a creative standpoint, there's so much you can do with the musical element. Just so much. I don't like musicals, but I don't think this is going to be a musical. I think there'll be musical numbers to exhibit and show the madness, and I think it will work really well. There's no reason currently to doubt this. Everyone doubted Joaquin Phoenix being cast in the first place, and then you saw the film, you're like, wow, this is amazing, it's great.
Well, what did they do? They let the work speak for itself. They proved them wrong.
Well, yeah, they did because everyone was
funny how that happened.
Oh, there's a bunch of incels going to go shoot theaters up.
The media were so against it. They practically went and promised audiences, you do not want to see this problematic.
You are going to get shot.
You do.
But look,
shot. That was the promise from the media.
Now look what happened, right? Award-winning movie, biggest money maker. It's DC's biggest money maker, right? As far as return on investment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's over $1 billion, highest grossing R-rated movie of all time as well. I think, if I remember rightly.
And then the studio sought for a sequel. Remember, they didn't want to do one. And they sought for the sequel. I mean, it's pretty smart.
Yeah. Oh, massively. Yeah.